Hey, lovies. This is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are doing great on this Thursday evening. It's kind of early evening. It's like 6 o'clock ish. About to be 5:55 on my time here on the East Coast. So, yeah, for those of you who might be in the same time zone, that or just if you've been seeing the number 555 a lot, that usually represents some major changes happening. So, I'm just saying, let's see what this reading's gonna be about. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, um, welcome, and I hope that you like what you see here. I hope that you decide to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all that good stuff, so that we could be connected and you could be around when I'm on here and all that good stuff, when I go live or when I do paid readings and free readings and all that jazz. And for those of you who have been rocking with your girl for a while, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. So this is a collective love message. I'm gonna try to hold off before I start pulling cards just because I literally just jumped on and I've only been on for like a minute, so I want to try to see if like that notification could go out to people and stuff. Otherwise, I'm just gonna kind of start pulling and see, what comes up. At least start shuffling at the very least. I did already cleanse and all that. Cleanse the space, did my mantras and meditated, all of that good stuff. So I'm gonna start shuffling. When I split the deck, we have history. Oh, interesting. Past and happened, along with material world, money, career, status, third dimension, make your mark. So I don't know if there's a past person maybe getting ready to come back towards some of you guys. I don't know yet. Won't know until I start pulling cards. But the fact that when I split the deck, it says this. Some of you guys might be focusing more so on your monetary wealth as opposed to love right now, or maybe you dealt with somebody in the past that was very materialistic, so on and so forth. Let me know if it resonates when you do watch this. Like I said, there's no one here yet, so um, I know this is always a weird time slot. Sometimes it's a hit or a miss coming on at this time. Some people hop right on. Sometimes I have to wait for people to kind of jump on, but I did just come on like a minute and 2 minutes ago, so we'll see. Um, hey, K Media, how are you? Hope you're well. Hey, morning, how are you? All right, so let's get some shuffling going. I do apologize. I don't have my glasses on, so if I, you know, don't respond to messages or comments in here, bear with me. I can't really see them unless I like be like right in the camera, and I don't want it to go off. So I'm just gonna kind of more so pay attention to the messages from the cards. This is a collective message, so I'm not doing any personals at this time. Just saying that before I really dive in, so you're not surprised at all. All right. Alien. Interesting. Telepathic dreams and songs is here on the bottom of the deck after I shuffled. So there could be somebody who is in your energy who maybe you guys have like a deeper connection, like you have like a something going on like in the 5D, if you will. Maybe you are able to communicate even when you're not around each other. Like let's say if you have a person in your life already who you're like that with, like you think about that person, they text you or call you right away, or you think about a song that maybe resonates with you on a person, and then all of a sudden they call you, or vice versa, like that kind of. Oh, these cards are just flying out. All right, so I'm already getting this energy that there might be two people in your energy for some of you guys. Again, let me know if it resonates and let me know if it doesn't. But this card came out, but it was facing down. And it says poison, toxic, unhealthy behaviors and people. Along with potential was right next to it. So it's like a juxtaposition, right? Fulfillment, risk, achievement, your potential is limitless. So in the very, very beginning of the reading, I had said how when I was like it's about 6 o'clock here in New York area. I looked down, it was 555, 5:55, and I'm like, whoa, that represents major changes. So it's weird because I'm trying to like put these cards like to the side, and like one keeps like sliding. Like it's like they're like they don't want to be next to each other. Like we're two different entities. It's kind of funny. Um, so it's almost like out with the old and with the new. I'm getting it's past energy, maybe trying to come back around as you're working on, your own potential, maybe your career too, as that showed up earlier. Working on yourself, working on your career, getting your life in order. I did see this while I was shuffling. Archangel Michael, protected, prevented from harm, and I almost feel like that should say protected from harm, but it says prevented from harm on the card. And divine intervention is here. Let's see. What else is going on? Let's try to look up and see who's here, because I do see some people coming in. All right. For all of you guys that are here, welcome, and I'm grateful for you guys being here. Grateful. I see Vincent is from Ireland. Great to see you here. Love it. And my girl, Queen is here. Good to see you. Girl. Love and miss you. As a matter of fact, hold on one second, friends. There we go. What else is going on here? Let's pick up the pace a bit, right? What's going on? Some cards did attempt to come out. Crickets. Silence and non-action. And that could be why that Archangel card came out, basically saying, this sense of protection, right? Like, even if somebody from the past were to try to come in and like try to talk to you, like they can't. Like either they're blocked or something like that, or they won't even make a move. It's almost like they're not that stupid to try. They might want to, but they just know that they can't. They're not where they need. Yeah, they're reminiscing though. So yeah, that's confirmation. There is a person from the past. We have racing on the bottom of the deck, running and avoiding. It's almost like as much as they might want you, they're trying to avoid seeing you. They're unawakened still. Like they're still acting in their 3D self. They're very egotistical self right now. So it's like on one end, it's like, ooh, I really want to go and say hi to this person. I really want to, it's like all the things that could be blocking the connection is blocking it. So Spirit, can we get more information about the new person? Because there's two different energies that were showing up in this reading. Let's get energy about that new person. All right, so we had unawakened and then we have awakening here. That's crazy. All right, so it says realization, progress. Your twin is awakening to your connection, along with travel, movement, meeting, adventure. Be ready for new experiences. So I'm not sure if you're going to maybe meet this person while traveling, or you guys live at like a distance from each other, something like that. But it's going to feel, I heard the word surreal. Like it's going to feel, if you haven't met this person yet, it's going to feel like, whoa, I feel like I've known this person for a long ass time. Where the hell did this person come from? It's going to be a little bit scary. This could be happening in the near future. We have projected here on the bottom of the deck. It says future days, weeks, months. So it could happen in the near future. Yeah, see, look, we have two cards about escapade or vacations. It says escapade, vacation, hideaway, and adventure. So this could be somebody you might meet at a distance or during travel. Or you might be, if this person's already in your life, you might be traveling soon. Interesting. You might have met this person in the springtime. We're still in the spring right now, so this could be a very recent connection. Your love is blooming. Your answers will arrive in spring. Interesting. I'm all for it. So this seems like it could be something very new for some of you guys if you're resonating with this so far. If you're resonating, let me know in the comment section, and also hit that like button. Ooh, voila. Desire, lust, sexual chemistry. So, you know, sexy time is fun. So not only is it a very, I heard the word metaphysical, like it's a very metaphysical connection, but it's also very sexually charged too. Some of you might have fire in your chart, or your person might have fire in their chart. Yeah, see, something about vacations. It's here again on the bottom of the deck. Family on the top. Family might be very important to you guys. Like, you know, let's say if you have your own children already, you know, that might be a big factor when it comes to how you pick a partner. I'm also getting like, if you're thinking about having children, you know, this person, they might be very family oriented as well and want the same thing. You have transformation in the middle of the deck. Breakthrough, reinvention, you're ready for the next level. Wow. I mean, hey, that sounds pretty damn good. um, let's get one or two more from here, and then we're gonna look into the tarot. Ooh. Now see, I feel like this is two different energies. We have triggers, name, car, and place. But then we also have commitment, long-term relationship. And they're also like at the altar getting married. So there's something that might end up triggering that past person, especially if they end up seeing you in a commitment with somebody else. And I feel like it's because, like, yeah, see, look, crossroads is here, and then right under that is separation. So this is somebody, like the other person that keeps showing up, excuse me, throat chakra. This person at one point was very confused on their path, and that caused a separation, because like whether you ended things or they did doesn't really matter. The point is somebody was very confused about shit, and somebody was like, okay, gotta do what I gotta do, gotta leave. So whether they were playing games and dealing with other people or whatever, or you know, that's what they were doing, and then you were the one who was like, okay, I'm gonna put it into this once and for all. I need my peace of mind. So you made that hard decision to to have a separation happen, to work on things for yourself. Yeah. Crushed is on the top of the deck. Sad, broken, and feeling alone. So that might have caused a sense of loneliness for somebody. And again, I feel like, you know, I personally think was probably happened for a lot of you guys. Let me know if it resonates. But for a lot of you, I think you guys ended it because of the fact that you were dealing with some bullshit from that person, that past person. So let me know if that resonates at all. And when you decided to leave, it was like the best decision you could have made for yourself. It was divinely orchestrated that way for it to happen like that. And now there's a twin flame energy coming through too for some of you. The one, mirrored souls and pledged. I feel like this person might have, like whoever this person who's coming in is, I feel like they went through something very similar. And that's the why I was feeling like this energy of like metaphysical connection, like almost like a yearning for each other, not just sexually, but like just in general, like really on a soul level, like damn, I feel so connected to this person. And it's gonna feel really, really like concrete and solid. It's not gonna be wishy-washy. There's not gonna be confusion. We have meeting here, two or more people, discussions, planning. I feel like there's like going to be like a date, or this seems very specific for someone. This is not going to be for everybody, so please take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But there might even be some of you who this could be like a, a office romance kind of thing. That seems very specific. Um, you meet this person maybe during travel, like let's say if you travel for work and you know you meet somebody at a meeting and you're like, oh, what the fuck is that? Looking all good in that suit or something like that. And like y'all hit it off and maybe talk a little bit more and things might happen. I mean, hey, no judgment here. Did I not say something about 5D, fifth dimension type stuff? You can't make this stuff up even if you wanted to. It's here on the bottom of the deck. I said it and now it's here. Intuitive communication. You are connected at a soul level. Come on now, spirit is not playing. That's wild that I said that. And look, Twin Flames is here a second time, two different decks because I have two decks mixed in together. That's why it's so thick. So you get the two Twin Flame cards that are in this deck of two decks is they both showed up and came out. And yeah, and the thing is, again, this comes after a period of feeling really hurt and lost after something that, really broke you down, but you moved on. And now you're in a really good place. You're about to be in a really good place. Let's get one more from here. So I do feel like because of that mirrored energy, especially with it, like with this like twin flame energy that is showing up, I feel like your person probably went through, this new person coming through, probably went through something very, very similar. I said something about ego, didn't I? Very early in the reading. Pride, jealousy, self-preservation, walls, let your guard down. I mentioned something very early in the reading about ego being a thing, and now it's showing up. I think that was part of the problem. Somebody really being in their ego. We have Lockbox that came out with it. Closed in, trapped, and frustrated. And that could have been what was causing the blockage in the first place. Somebody was stuck in their ego and their old ways of doing things. And, you know, look, as I say stuck, what's on the bottom of the deck? I did not know that was there. Blocked, third party, silence. So we saw there was a card about silence up here somewhere. Of course, it's underneath stuff. Yeah, crickets. It says silent, literally says silence on the card too. Barrier, shift your focus to clear your energy. So you've been focusing on yourself. You've been focusing on your career. You've been focusing on getting your life together, being in a better place, and that's been opening the door of opportunity for a soulmate and or a twin flame for some of you guys. Look at that. Wow. Similar friendship, romantic partner. So for some of you, this is going to start off as something very innocent. It's going to be like, wow, what is this? You know what I mean? Like you just hit it off with somebody, and again, it could be work related for some of you. I know some people say, oh yeah, you shouldn't date coworkers, blah blah blah. It happens, and there are people who have successful relationships that way. It's just about playing your cards right, no pun intended, as we're shuffling cards. If that's not your thing, it's not your thing. But for others, it's simply hitting it off with somebody who is very casual. They could just be a friend, and then all of a sudden things kind of just start building momentum. You hang out more, you're conversing more and stuff like that. Next thing you know, you're like, kind of like this person. So I'm just saying, look, it's here again. Fifth dimension. It's there twice. Intuitive communication. You are connected at a soul level. I'm just saying. Yeah. That actually sounds kind of good so far. Okay, so we're going to start pulling from the tarot. And see what's going on there. Ooh, I like that. As I split the deck, we have the star. So some of you might have Aquarius in your chart, or this could just be saying like this is like a very healing time right now. Like you're going through healing. This connection with this new person could be very healing, and this comes after a period of feeling a sense of just like not feeling so great. Feeling like, damn, when are things gonna get better? But the thing is, like, for a while maybe you focused on those three cups right there in front of you that just were like bullshit. I'm getting third party for some of you. Maybe you were cheated on, and then you're focused on those cups that have nothing in it. And then the hand of the Most High is trying to show you, hey, they're nudging you, they're showing you, hey, you know, we've got something that's going to be a lot more meaningful, and it's going to I heard the word, it's going to stand out. It's going to stand out. So I'm going to shuffle a few times, and then we'll get a little bit more insight about this energy, because I like it. It's definitely this energy of just feeling a lot more optimistic and positive, you know, as you've been working on yourself. The more you work on yourself, it's like you, I saw the world card as I was shuffling. You know, talking about endings, right? It's closing out those old cycles so you can move on into that new direction. Wow. And then I just saw the Six of Cups as I was shuffling too. Lo and behold, right? The past always tries to come back, spinning the block, and it's like, no, thank you. Let's get one more shuffle. Right. Let's see. Four of Wands. I like it. Now that's twin flame energy. It's twin flame energy, but it's also about a very solid foundation. It's about it could be marriage, it could represent celebrations, it could be about community. So that's a good start to the tarot portion of this reading. The fact that this is right here on the bottom already, that's really nice. This could lead to marriage for some of you. Tell us more. If you're enjoying this reading and you haven't done so already, hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to start trying to be on here a bit more. I was on here pretty frequently, and then I had some stuff going on and lost my momentum a little bit, lost my footing, but I'm coming back. And, you know, I really missed being up here, so it feels good to, you know, start working on this again. All right, so we do have as the first card out the Queen of Wands in the reverse. That usually represents another woman, especially in a love reading, and with me asking about, you know, so what was the overall energy here. So there might have been another woman or another person if you're a guy watching, or, you know, whatever it was, you know, another person in general. How about that? Being gender neutral here. But could have been another person in the background at one point in time that led to an ending and led you on this healing journey for yourself, to be able to work on self-love and all that good stuff, to be able to welcome in something new. Let me know if that makes sense. We also have the Queen of Cups. Yes, see, very different energies there, right? That's that other person. This is you guys. Some of you might have water in your chart, or it could just be like you're very emotionally what's the word I'm looking for? Emotionally stable person, somebody who's very sweet, very caring. Not a Jezebel like this person. Not a Jezebel. Very caring, very warm and loving. But you might have dealt with somebody who was a very hasty person with this Knight of Swords here, making really stupid, rash decisions, and they, you know, yeah, when it came to a partnership, Two of Cups in the middle of the deck. So they fucked around and found out, basically. And they're like, oh, I have this great person, this loving person here, but I'm gonna go towards the Jezebel instead. Like, you're a freaking idiot. Hey Lati, what's up, girl? Got some of my peoples in the building. I love to see familiar names and or faces, even though I'm blind as a bat, so sometimes I can see faces, sometimes I can't. But when I see the names, I'm like, yes, my people, my tribe is here. So yeah, I know my homie over here, Marjana, is here. Been showing up for your girl for a minute. So I'm always grateful for everybody who comes through and sticks around and feels like they're resonating with the readings and all that good stuff. That makes me very happy. So I'm very happy to see y'all here. All right, tell us more. Okay, so that's the overall energy for a bulk of the people who are watching or end up watching. Tell us more. I'm not going to take these. Too many cards. Only one flipped out, and it is the Ace of Wands. Part of me wants to take it, but I'm like, it's just too many cards that came out. Yeah. Whoever this person is, I don't know. This is a lot going on here. But too many cards that fell out, so I'm going to run that back. So the card that officially is on the spread now, we have the Eight of Wands. This is the incoming energy. So there's about to be some fast moving energy, a lot of communication, possibly from a distance, which we did see something about distance before. Something might come through in the form of text messages, emails, phone calls, that kind of thing. Actual physical mail for some people. I know nobody really communicates that anyway. Can't fucking talk. I know not so many people communicate that way anymore, but there are still people who do. So be on the lookout for different forms of communication. But look, even when I was like, I'm not gonna take that card, it's still here. It still showed up. This is the card that was that fell out. It's the only one that had turned up when those cards fell down. Ace of Wands. So fast moving energy. A creative spark for some. I remember saying that I was feeling like it could be work related for some of you. Like you might meet this person at work or something like that. Or you might have like a very similar background when it comes to what your interests are, your creative interests are. Interesting. But yeah, I'm really hearing the word inspired. Like they keep on saying inspired and creative. Because usually that's like a passionate new beginning, especially in a love reading. But for some reason, they keep on reiterating that, and I keep hearing it almost like in a loop. The Magician. This is something that has been manifested. You guys worked really hard on, and or this person worked really hard on getting this to happen. So we got the Magician, and then we also have the High Priestess. So very intuitive, right? And we did see a message earlier about really high intuitive frequencies with you and this person. Like when you meet this person, whoever the fuck this person, you're gonna be like, who the hell is this person? It's gonna throw you for a loop. You're gonna be like, something's just like the chemistry is gonna be insane. You're gonna be like, what is happening? Like it's gonna be very unique and very different. You guys are gonna have so many similar interests and things like that. It's gonna be crazy. I'm even getting like power couple energy. Like if you guys have like similar backgrounds and ideas and stuff, that could even be one of the things that's going to kind of get you guys locked in. It's kind of dope, actually. I like that. All right, tell us more. What are this person's intentions? What are this person's intentions? Okay. Normally, I would be like, I don't know how I feel about this card, but let's see. Knight of Wands. We're going to look at the surrounding energy before I say anything, because usually I'm not a fan of that Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands, they definitely, go after what they want with a lot of passion, but they're also very flighty. We have the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck in the reverse, which means like they're not confused about what they want, which that part is good. I'm kind of getting that with this Hermit card here. I could look at it two different ways. Let me see what's in the middle. I might have to clarify this card. And the reason why I say this is because I'm picking up on two different energies. And that could become very confusing. So we have the Seven of Cups, which is about a lack of confusion. Like there's a sense of clarity. But then in the middle of the deck, this is what I don't like. The Temperance is in the middle of the deck in the reverse. I don't like that. Because that's like a lack of, like this person is really lacking a sense of harmony and balance in their life. Possibly. But then we also have the Hermit. So I don't know if it's saying like, this person did some work on themselves and they're working on stuff. Or I guess there's one person that's working on stuff, and then there's another person who is very flighty and has their shit all fucked up. Another one could be trying to ghost you. So we're going to clarify. Make sure it's not two different energies. Clarify, because we saw two different energies throughout the reading. So I just want to make sure. Clarify the Knight of Wands. Because, yeah, we're not doing the flighty ass behavior. Absolutely not. Come in healed or don't come around at all. Fuck that shit. Right? And if it's that past person trying to come back around, definitely fuck that shit. All right, so we have 7 of Pentacles here. Now that's about actually investing in something, you know, seeing, waiting for the, you know, the fruit of your labor to come together. But see, this is somebody, okay, this, thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. This person, you already put that energy into, they're from the past. I'm happy I clarified. I'm happy I clarified. Yeah, you've been working really hard on yourself, very diligently on yourself, right? After letting go of the flighty ass person from the past. You're not doing that anymore. You cut that shit out. Some of you might have air in your chart. Queen of Swords here. You're like, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, almost every card here that showed up, most of them anyway, like on the actual spread, all of them are wands with the exception of one card. And that was only because I clarified something. Very flighty ass energy. So this person might have fire in their chart. Yeah, we're not doing that, right? We're moving on from those kind of situations. So that's the energy of the past person who's trying to come back. Let's just see for shits and giggles. Let's see if they'll give us any information of the intentions of the new person. Can we get the intentions of the new person that's coming towards the collective? Clearest and most accurate message, please. See? And in my head I was saying I feel like the collective is going to have a choice to make, and I said it earlier too. Choices. So it's like this other person is going to come in trying to just stir the pot. And earlier I was saying the reason why they want to do this is because they're going to be triggered. These cards came out together, by the way, earlier in the reading. Name, card, place came out along with commitment. Long-term relationship. When they see that you're in a long-term relationship, that's when they're going to try to come back around and try to stir the pot. And that's why their energy is so strong in this reading. But you are highly protected at this time. So there's nothing to worry about. It's just more so the annoyance, if anything, because it's like, really? Yeah, look, what's on the bottom of the deck? And as a matter of fact, the equivalent was the first card out. That was the first card that came out in the spread. Can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. So Spirit is definitely just giving you some confirmations that you don't want to go repeating old patterns with old people, right? When it comes to love and partnerships. Just be mindful of the energy that you allow to come towards you. Yeah, because you don't want to be back in this position, right? You've been working really hard on yourself. You don't want to go back to feeling left out in the cold and all of that stuff. And just feeling a sense of lack. The choice ultimately will be yours. If this is resonating so far, let me know. So, what is the future actions? We'll know who's who when the energy shows up. I don't think this is either one of their energy. I think this is what they want you to do. That's why I fell on the floor. 7 of Wands, and put it back in the deck. They want you to stand your ground and protect yourself. Like, you're protected, yes, but you know, make sure that you stand firm in what it is that you want. No wishy-washy, you know, giving anybody who doesn't deserve it. Don't give nobody the time of day that does not deserve it, because that can put a whole, you know, wrench in the plan of what the divine is trying to orchestrate for you. It's definitely giving me like karmic lessons that need to be learned kind of thing. Like, they want to almost test you to make sure that you've learned your lesson. I feel like you guys have. I don't think you guys are gonna go backtracking or anything like that, but you know, it's easy to, you know, find yourself, you know, slipping up and, you know, going into the past when, you know, the sex is good, or they know how to, you know, charm you and stuff like that. Yeah, we're not doing that, right? So we have Six of Pentacles here for intentions, or future actions rather. All right. So I will say this. I do feel like the energy of the past person is showing up a little bit stronger than the new energy. And it makes sense. This usually happens in these kind of readings because they're more, how can I put it, tied into your energy at this time. It makes sense. Um, they might have air in their chart with this King of Swords. I'm getting either, if they don't have air, then they have, more likely than not, fire. But this person's so fucking selfish with this Nine of Cups in the middle of the deck. Everything's very calculated with this person. They know how to play mind games. They know how to tug on your heartstrings and all that shit. They know how to breadcrumb with this Six of Pentacles here. They'll sit there and give you, like, they might even be one of those kind of people that give you gifts to try to bribe you, basically, to sticking around with them and stuff like that. Oh, I'm so sorry that I cheated on you. Here's, you know, a necklace. Or, hey, let's go take a trip somewhere. Maybe that's why travel kept showing up. Stuff like that. And it's like, you gotta be the one to put an ending to that. I did see the World card while I was shuffling earlier. Like, you're gonna have to be the one to kind of put an end to it, because it's like this person, that's probably how they kept you around for a long time at one point. And it's like, now it's like, okay, I gotta do what I gotta do for myself. I can't stay in these situations where basically I'm allowing someone to breadcrumb me and give me the bare minimum. I need the fucking maximum. What are you gonna show me that's different than what you provided? Probably nothing, right? So I'm gonna skedaddle this way and tell your ass to the left, to the left. Like, fuck out of here. Swipe left again. Like, no, we're not doing that anymore, right? Like, moving on, onward and upward to better energy of somebody who actually is on your level. And again, this person might have went through something super similar, which could be a big part of why the connection is going to be so strong, because it's like, you know, when you have similar situations or things that have happened in your life that you've worked on and you've grown from, when you hear somebody who has very similar background to you, like talking about their background, their story, it's like, damn, holy shit. And I'm not talking about trauma bonding, because that's very different. I'm talking about, like, you actually worked on yourself, you're doing some shadow work and things like that. Ironically enough, I almost wanted to do a shadow work reading, but I chose not to. Yeah, so, you know, let me know if it resonates, guys. Let's see. What's going on behind the scenes that the collective needs to know at this time? What's going on behind the scenes? I hope you guys are resonating. If you are, hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you're new, subscribe. Hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, because I'm going to try to be more frequent on here. Working on that. And work on a schedule, possibly. We'll see. But I'm happy to see you guys. Happy to see you guys. Ooh. All right, so we have the sun here as the what's going on behind the scenes that you don't know. See, that's that new energy. That's that new. I like this. Yeah, you both had to walk away from shit. The Five of Swords is on the bottom of the deck in the reverse. Like, you had to bow out gracefully from shit that you just was like, you know what? You know what? Hey, guys. I love y'all. Chris and Teen, I love and miss you guys. So yeah, we have that energy of you guys, you know, surrendering and walking away from something, and that is what's going to allow for this to come through. That sense of happiness, that sense of feeling so much more content in life, especially when it comes to love, because that's what we're talking about right now. But in life in general, really. And then look, we saw this energy earlier, you know, more than once now. Ace of Wands, passionate new beginnings. Like, this is what's being set up because of the fact that you've allowed yourself to, you know, remove those old obstacles out of your life. And the a partnership, Two of Cups. Now a true partnership can come through, whether it's in the form of marriage, in the form of a soulmate, in the form of a twin flame, so on and so forth. Now you get to have that true connection and that true partnership. Ironically enough, my girl Christina here, who I call Teen because she goes by Tina, and her husband Chris, who I've known them now for, you know, what, 16 years. So I love them to death. They're amazing. Some of my favorite people in the whole wide world. They just celebrated their I think today, their 10th wedding anniversary. So how's that? You know, just celebrated that, right? You guys came at the right time. I love that. So, you know, this is the type of energy that could be welcomed towards you guys, that you guys are, you know, kind of getting prepared for, and, you know, that could be coming in. I'm just saying, you know, we got somebody who or people who are a married couple, because they're here watching together. Beautiful thing to see. And it might be with a twin flame. We do have 5 people and 6 likes here for what I can see on my end. So that's a nice energy. We did see the 4 of Wands earlier, which was about twin flames, stable foundations, marriages, celebrations, so on and so forth, community. All right, so what is the likely outcome? Ooh, what we got? Now, remember, this card was in the middle of the deck in the reverse. That card just flipped out of my hand. I was like, whoa, the Temperance. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Spirit is like, yeah, we want this card in that upright position. The Temperance. Remember, I kept saying that there could be somebody with fire in their chart. That's fire energy right there. That's Sagittarius energy. And that card flipped. Like, boom. Yeah. They're like, things are about to balance out. You're about to find that sense of peace and harmony. And this card definitely wants to come out too. And this comes after a period of feeling like this, right? Stuck, stagnant, just feeling like, woe is me. I don't like this energy, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm over it. It literally says over it on her t-shirt, on the picture. Yeah. Now, the only thing too they want you to know is, like, don't get stuck in your head with this 8 of Swords. Don't get stuck in your head, because it is very easy to, you know, kind of sabotage ourselves a little bit when it comes to stuff. Yeah, going back and forth about shit. 2 of Pentacles, like, you know, like, oh, but if I do this, and if I don't do that, like, if you're always in your head about something and you don't take that leap of faith, for instance, I wouldn't be shocked if the Fool card would show up. No. We don't have the Fool, but we do have the Lovers here, which is about having a hard time about making a decision. So it's like weighing pros and cons constantly, and then being stuck in your head, right? Now, granted, you don't want to, you know, repeat past experiences, obviously, right? Because there are people from the past that, you know, were, you know, there was a lot of discontentment with those, you know, partnerships and things like that. And you don't want to go back to that. Understood. But don't allow the past to be the thing that kind of dictates your future. You don't want to be stuck in a position where you're sitting there, you know, telling yourself, oh yeah, well, I can't move on in love because I've been through this. Well, like, understood, trust me, I get it. But, like, you have to allow yourself to welcome love back in. You know, allow love back into your life. We all deserve that. You know what I mean? True love. Yeah, we all deserve that. So let's just get one more card from here. Any last message from this deck for the collective? Thank you. Wow, that flew out. Challenging position. Yeah, so we have 4 of Swords here. We talked about this energy a moment ago, and now it's on the spread officially. It's in a challenging position for a reason. Like, that's about surrendering. That's about walking away. It could also be like winning at all costs. So there could be somebody who wants to try to win at all costs and all that stuff, like very strategic and all that. But it could also just be saying, bowing out gracefully and saying, you know what, sometimes you gotta let shit go. You know, get the monkey up off your back. And that's when you'll notice new things coming towards you. That's about, this page of pentacles represents new news, usually regarding money matters, but it could also just represent some type of offer of some sort. So, going back and forth about stuff, weighing pros and cons, not a bad thing in and of itself, but if you know something's not good for you, there's no reason to stay in those positions, right? Yeah. So continue to, do a little bit of that shadow work. Take that moment to yourself if still needed. Nothing wrong with that. Like, don't beat yourself up if you're not quite there yet, not quite ready, but just know when the moment does come and the moment is right for you, you'll know and you'll feel it. So just be on the lookout, I would say, for that type of energy. I'm trying to think. Got a lot of information. I think I'm going to pull from this deck. I'm just gonna pull a few cards. Um, just to kind of see like maybe some characteristics of who these individuals are, whether it's that past person, it'll give you a little more clarification of, yeah, that's definitely that person who I don't want anything to do with, versus like that newer energy. Let's see. And then I'll pull from what lies beneath. That might be another good way to kind of get a little bit more information about the energy that's around you, kind of how to be able to pinpoint who's who. All right, one more shuffle. All right. Oh, well, somebody might be a barber. It says artist of tresses, trimming, beautification, adornment, and fashion. It's on the bottom of the deck. So somebody might be a barber. Another way to look at it too, though, could be like there's somebody who's very prim and proper, well kept up. They know how to really take care of themselves. They really care about like, I gotta look good type thing. So that's always nice. Who doesn't want a person who looks good all the time? Because I know I like that. That shit's sexy. That's more young. Vitality, innovation, potential, and growth. So this person could be, when I see this, I'm not picking up on actually young. I'm picking up, I don't know what the fuck is going on with the damn music, but it's kind of pissing me off right now. I'm just going to turn it off because it's going to drive me nuts. It's like doing some weird stuff, like trying to reboot itself or something. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is acting up or what, but this seems like it's fine, right? Let me know if it's been acting up on your end. Right. Hopefully I don't get flagged. It's like a little doggy in the video. Anyway, tell us more. But yeah, I'm getting like this person could just be kind of vibrant, like breath of fresh air is kind of what I'm getting. Like even if they're like not young per se, they could just kind of be in that energy. Like they're just, when you're around them, like wow, just feel really just youthful. They might be an entertainer. Resonance, moving hearts, harmony, emotion, performance. If they're not an entertainer, maybe they just really are into music. We also have blacksmith here. Forge, melting, shaping, tempering. They might be good with their hands. That's really sexy. Let's get maybe 2 or 3 more from here. They might be, remember I said something about office romances? Master of wealth, risk, investment, management, and leader. So this person could be like the leader of a team or some shit like that. And that could be how you beat this person for somebody. Just saying that. Or they might even be like the owner of their own company or something like that, which is pretty cool. Magician. It says channeler of power. We saw the magician card earlier too. potential magic illusion manifestation. So this person might also be able to like really manifest what it is that they want. But I will also say this sounds like a separate message that's a little more specific. It could also be saying be mindful if this person's manipulative. I'm getting more than one message on that one. Let's get one more from here. Very interesting though. Community. Neighbors, team, connection, society, cooperation. So remember I was saying something about a sense of community even before, which is interesting because I did say with that Four of Wands that showed up more than once in the reading, I picked up on that. I was like, there could be something about community. It could be about like friendships, connection in that way. So you might know this person already. They might be like somebody who's like kind of within your circle who you already have a really good cooperative connection with. You have dancers, so they might actually physically dance, or they might be into, again, we have this energy of like a lot of like the arts kind of stuff going on. We have Weaver of Grace, movement, harmony, rhythm, and passion. So even if they're not like an actual dancer, it could be just saying that like this person again might be into the arts in some kind of way. They might have like that type of physique. So I'm getting that kind of message too. We have, okay, ironically enough, we have in the background right now, I have it low because I don't want to get flagged, but Soul Sister is playing in the background right now by Bilal. And then we have on the top of the deck here, Lover. Love, romance, reproduction, babies, and infinity. To infinity and beyond. I almost watched Toy Story with my students today. We ended up watching Ratatouille though. And we have Fireman here too. Ooh, they're gonna put the fire out, or they're gonna start the fire. Bravest, heroism, sacrifice, rescue, extinguish. They could be a firefighter, or they gonna be, you know, I just heard like a moth to a flame burned by the fire. My love is blind, can you see my desire? All right. Middle of the deck, we have revolutionist. Interesting. Champion of transformation, freedom fighter, pursuer of welfare and justice. So this person might really care about maybe that's why community was there too. Maybe they really care about people, the people. With all, not for nothing, but like the climate that our country is in right now, and you know, seeing like what's been going on. If you're here in America, it's been a shit show. A lot going on. So I don't know, but I ain't gonna go too heavy in that. Nonetheless, you know, the person could be somebody who, you know, really cares about the community. They might be a community worker type of person. Um, See, now I'm okay. I'm getting another message. Sorry. So they could be like somebody who works like in the field of like working as a firefighter, an EMT. They might be a nurse. Now I'm getting other downloads, so bear with me. And ironically enough, like always, I heard sirens before I started this reading. Interesting. Very interesting. Trying to think. Do I want to read from this one? Yeah, fuck it. Let's get like 3 cards from here. Why not? Excuse me. This is the what lies beneath. So this is like some hidden stuff about this connection or these connections, because there's more than one energy, right? Get a little bit more insight of what might be going on that you don't know. Almost like a what's the tea type of energy, but from a different deck. Ooh, love story from once upon a time. So there's some heavy duty love here, and I like that. So we have that lover card there. We got this, like, okay, we had soulmate cards. It's been okay. This is intense, and I like it. This is that past person trying to come back around. It's like, please go away. Please please go away. Why are you trying to fuck up my groove here? You know? Yeah. See, this is the other person as I'm mentioning them. Falling apart, falling into pieces. I just thought, I just heard, what was the name of that group? I'm falling to pieces. Shit, what was the name of that group? I almost had it. Not the Fray. Shit, what was the name of that group? If any of you guys remember that group, they also had that song, The Man Who Can't Be Moved. What the fuck is the name of that group? I love them. If you guys remember the name of that group, let me know in the comments. I hate when that happens because I'm listening to music and then I'm hearing music at the same time. I hate when that happens. Yeah, so this other person. No, but we used to hear them all the time on Weeby 108 though. Ugh, I'm so annoyed. So that past person's going through depression right now, falling apart. Damn it. These cards are flying out of this deck, by the way. Destroyed. Look at this. Shattered, broken, fucked up. I'm falling to pieces. Outdated, expired, disused, old news, discarded. Yep. Remember, for those of you who were watching from the very, very beginning, I had said something. One of the first things I said was out with the old, in with the new was the energy I was picking up on. And sex shop. This person might even have like a sex addiction kind of thing. Because those all came out together. Very interesting. Like going to a sex store in all of itself is not a bad thing. I'm just saying I actually plan on making a trip to one very, very soon. I very much overshare on this channel, so if you don't like that, sorry. But yeah, me and my man, we planning on making a visit soon. But that in and of itself is not a bad thing. However, if they had an addiction or something. Yeah. God damn it, what the fuck was the name of that fucking group? That's gonna drive me crazy. I just wanna that would take too much time. Somebody Google the song The Man Who Can't Be Moved and it'll show up. Because I can't leave out of the thing or else it'll close completely. Damn, this person's going through it bad. Bank failure. They might be dealing with some really bad financial issues. Police. They might have got arrested or something or had issues with the police. Let's get one more because this is some low vibrational ass energy. We do not want this. No thanks. And then look, after all that, we still have love story once upon a time. Burning evidence. No, not sure if they went through something with a fire or something like that, or they literally was like burning stuff or getting rid of stuff so that you wouldn't find out about their indiscretions or something like that. Fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours. Love is a battle. Love is a battlefield. Yeah, and remember I was talking about standing your ground for what it is that you want. That's that energy there. Middle of the deck. Already knowing the tea. You probably already know what the hell's going on. What the heck is going on, and it's like, you know what? You just like sounds like a personal problem. You know, that might be one of the reasons why they try to come back around sometime, like trying to like see, oh, if I, tug on their heartstrings just enough. Because remember I was saying for some of you, you might be like a super sweet, nice, kind hearted person, and then it's like they're like, ooh, let's see if I can like come back around, spin the block, and get them back. And it's like, yeah, no thank you. Get your Jezebel energy out of my face. No thank you. Like you're divinely protected. All right, so let's get some angel messages here, or romance angel messages. Thank you. Look on the bottom of the deck, Spirit's funny. This could be the one, but it's in reverse. I don't know if you can see it because of the lighting, but yeah, it says this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So the person from the past, you have met this person and they were not the one. And you know this already. But this real strong energy of them trying to come back around. Yeah, this person was codependent, possibly. This past person might have been really codependent on you. And, you know, yeah. We have, let's see, heart to heart conversations in the reverse. So it's like one of those things like you have nothing that you want to say to this person. Like nothing. There's no attraction on the top of the deck in the reverse. Like you're not attracted to this person anymore. Hi, I don't have my glasses on, so bear with me. Satyam, this is actually just a collective reading, so I'm not answering any personal questions at this time. Sorry. Tell us more. Let's get maybe 2 or 3 more from here. Yeah, see? No passion. This was in the reverse. Passion was lacking with this connection. For some of you, might have had a child with the person, or children with the person. Let's get 1 or 2 more. Yeah, we have healing family issues here. My phone is going crazy all of a sudden. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. That's an interesting card. I wonder if okay, I'm picking up on something. This might not resonate with everybody. It might only resonate with one single person. I'm getting for somebody. There could have been a sense of codependency with this person because let's say if you were trauma bonding with each other and one of the issues was like parent issues, you relied on each other to try to like work through it, but weren't doing it in a healthy way, and it caused a lot of maladaptive behaviors like, again, codependency, not knowing how, like, let's say, we're talking about a woman, right? She had daddy issues. She's taking her daddy issues out on you as her man, like you're supposed to, like, do all these different things, blah blah blah. Like, honey, listen, I can't help you heal your daddy issues. That's a very personal thing that I can't necessarily help you heal. You got to work on that yourself. I don't mind being there as a support while you work on it, but I can't be the one to fix it. And vice versa. There was like, mommy issues and stuff like that for, a male, right? So on and so forth. Hope you catch the drift on that. That seems very specific though for somebody. And I guess maybe one of the big lessons was practicing and learning forgiveness, here on the bottom of the deck. So it's like if that was a thing for somebody, understood, it does happen. But that's why making sure that we work on, those childhood traumas and things like that before we enter into relationships, and trauma from past relationships is very important. The more we work on those things before we enter into a new relationship, the more equipped we are to be able to, have something that's going to be able to be sustained and healthy. Easier said than done because we all have, our different traumas that we're experiencing and or healing from. And that in and of itself is not the problem. It's more about if we choose not to acknowledge that those things exist and that we need to work on them. I hope that makes sense. I know that was a mouthful. Let's get 1 more from here. Soulmates. See, it's here again. So we got what, 4 different decks now that have talked about soulmates? Just saying, there is a soulmate on the horizon, and it's happening very soon if it hasn't happened already. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, because it is a choice, right? You have to be able to choose to leave these patterns behind so that you can move forward. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Now this card right underneath it, you wanted to come up with it. Express your love. Yeah, so expression of love is going to be important. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. If any of you guys ever suffer, I won't use the word suffer, but have a little bit of a hard time with being expressive when it comes to your your feelings. There goes a siren in the background, so that might be valid. I don't know if you guys can hear it on your end, but yeah, you might be able to hear it. It's getting closer. Um, yeah, so confirmation for somebody. Um, if you're very stoic in relationships and have a hard time with being expressive, um, they're kind of saying this is the time to work on that. Ooh, engagement. I did see wedding while I was shuffling this deck before. Um, your love life is descending to a higher level of commitment. Okay, I see y'all. I see y'all. All right, so I think I'm gonna read from the What's Blocking You deck. I picked some decks that I haven't read from either at all on this channel or haven't read from in a while. So I'm just gonna get maybe 3 from here. I'm gonna keep it kind of quick on this deck. But when I split the deck, we do have being guarded. You are lonely because you are so aloof. Remember I said something about not allowing yourself to show expression? There we go. Trust others, and we just talked about trust too. Trust others and let them into your heart. Along with not being you. You're trying to project a perfect image and it's not really you. Be yourself. So if you ever deal with like feeling like you have to, like, in order to feel accepted or valuable, you put on a persona of something that you're not really. I've done that many times in relationships, many times. Or during like the early dating stages. That's why there's a thing such as the honeymoon phase, right? We all have experienced it, where everything's perfect in the beginning, and then you start to see each other's true colors. And I always try to portray myself as super perfect and always on top of everything. And then, like, if I have an off day, I feel like, oh man, you know what I mean? Whether it's my physical appearance or just how I'm feeling at that moment. Like, I don't want my person to see me like that. So, showing, expressing sad emotions and stuff like that, I'm like, no, I don't want that person to see that. They're gonna think I'm fucking crazy. Like, I used to think like that. Things like that. And it's like, so being able to be expressive is good. Not having to be perfect all the time, and being able to let that guard down a little bit, it's okay. You know, you are lovable as who you actually are. And don't let anybody tell you different, including yourself. I'm almost done with this, so I'm gonna tap in. I'm happy that you agree, or not agree, but are resonating, unique. I'm happy to hear that. I love you, Lati. I'm gonna tap into your message when I get out for this. So for you guys who are watching currently, if you wanted to watch another amazing reader after this, check out Tears and Wheat Tarot show, because that's my sister right there, and that's who I go to for guidance. She's amazing at what she does. And yeah, you will not be disappointed. Go check her out. Definitely subscribe. Hit that notification bell for her channel. All that good stuff. And yeah, support that channel, because my girl supports me. Did I not say something about getting breadcrumbs? We have getting crumbs. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. No more of the breadcrumbing energy. This is about being able to allow yourself to accept what it is that you truly deserve from a partner. Not in and out, wishy-washy bullshit anymore. None of that. Being able to know that you deserve more and be able to be expressive about that. Being able to say, hey, look, no, I'm not going to accept anything less than what I know I deserve. You know, it's not about being high sedity or anything like that. It's about, acknowledging your value, right? Acknowledge your value and know that you deserve more. What else? And yeah, exactly, Chris. And we're talking about love reading, but exactly, even that damn place, we know we got breadcrumbs all these years, and my dumb ass still there after 16. You have too soon here. Sorry. You get too serious too soon. Get to know each other before committing fully. Taking your time, nothing wrong with that. No need to rush the process. If that's a person who's meant to be in your life, they're not going anywhere anyway, right? So take your time, ease into things, nice and slow. Don't feel pressured into doing anything faster or sooner than you feel comfortable, and go from there. Let things grow very organically and naturally, and that's when you're going to start to see some changes happening as well. Take one more from here. And I do appreciate you guys for being here. Those of you guys who tapped in at any given point and hit that like button, subscribe. So appreciative of you guys. You have too much here. Um, you tell others too much about yourself all at once. See, that's about that slowing down a little bit, right? Sit back and listen more. So, some of you might not say anything at all and very stoic and keep everything hidden and bottled up, and others of you say too much. I've done both. It's about a healthy balance between the two. Being able to be open and honest is cool, but just knowing, when is it appropriate time to do so, so on and so forth. Bottom of the deck, unworthy. That's a big one. I get that too. You deserve an amazing relationship. Take steps to heal doubts about yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fated to be alone. Some of y'all might feel like you're not meant to be with anybody. You gave up on love because you think you are meant to be alone. It's not true. You're not meant to be in solitude. And I think earlier I did say something about, I feel like we all deserve to have a partnership in our life, romantic partnership. Not everybody necessarily wants one, but I do feel like we all deserve one at the very least. I don't think that we're necessary. When I looked up, it was all ones across the timer. Um, yeah, I feel like if it's what you want, it's what you want. But I don't think any of us truly ever really want to be completely alone. That's just my opinion. Um, we're social creatures. We're not really meant to be alone. But I digress. And we have unavailable. You are chasing. You are chasing someone who is unavailable, or you are the one who is running away. We did see an energy about that earlier too. Yeah. Somebody who is, it's giving me like runner chaser dynamic. It's like this person or a person in the past possibly like definitely was that person who you constantly were at wits with when it came to that. And it's like it came to a point where you had to be like, you know what? Can't keep on chasing after nobody. You can't be going after somebody who doesn't want to stick around. You know what I mean? Like if if you want to be here, you're gonna be here. If not, then kick rocks, right? All right. So for shits and giggles, I am going to pull hidden truth messages. Like these are messages directly from somebody. Whether it's this new person or the old person. It's probably gonna be the old person. Just being honest, I would prefer for it to be the new person coming through, but we shall see. Or the current person for those of you who already have somebody. But let's see. We're gonna use our intuitions on this one to be able to know what's what and who's who. All right, one more shuffle. I couldn't let you get close to me. See? This is that energy we were just talking about. And I feel like this is past energy because the left side of my nose is itching. This person did that whole runner chaser thing. So it's like as soon as they felt like, things were going somewhere, they would just flake and they would run off and do whatever they were doing and then try to come back. And then you finally said, fuck that. I'm not allowing you to come back into my space if this is how we're going to operate. No, thank you. All right, so let's get maybe 3 or 4 from here. And then I'm going to get, to close out the reading, some angel answers. And that will be the end of the reading. I feel you even though we are apart. Now we talked about that energy of that person who you connected with on that 5D level. So it could be them. I'm going to try to keep the cards separate so I know who's who. But you don't know why. love you. Wow. Now, in the background, I don't know if you guys can hear it. Hopefully, I kind of want you to hear it, but I kind of don't want you to hear it because that means it could get flagged. But it's right now, Alicia Keys, You Don't Know My Name. Now, remember, I was saying for some of you, you're going to connect with somebody who you don't know for a can of fucking paint. And you're just going to connect. And you're going to be like, and it's going to be very, like, almost like a chance encounter, like over coffee or something, or work related or something. And you're going to be like, and it's just it's gonna throw you for a loop. It's gonna throw you for a loop. And you're just gonna be like, what? But you're gonna connect with that person, and you know, it's like you're gonna have to be like, damn, like, what's your name again? Give me your business card. Like something like that. Finding out the truth crushed me. I'm not sure whose energy that is. I'm getting more than one message on that. I'm getting, for some of you, it could be that past person is feeling like when you moved on, especially if you got married or anything like that, or you're getting married or you're in a committed relationship or gonna be, they're gonna feel a way about that. For others of you, this could be your own energy of how you felt about something you found out about that past person. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. Let's get one or two more from here. Right now in the background, if you can't hear it, it's D'Angelo Lady playing in the background. And even in this song, he's talking about like he met somebody like at a grocery store. So it's like, but then he's saying like, but they don't know that you're my, like, that I'm your man. Like, you know, like he peeped her that way, and other people look at her all the time in all the places that she goes, and he's like, well, yeah, you're my lady though. You're my baby. Shit. And that was a distraction from your pain. For what I'm picking up on, it's maybe you talking to the past person. This person might have, you know, went through some, remember I was talking about, like, you know, maybe like that codependency and stuff, and they were not healed when they came into this connection initially. And here you are, you know, trying to help them work on themselves and all that stuff, but then it just was maladaptive. It just was not going where it needed to go. And then we have the timing just was not right for us. Yeah, especially if you're not healed and doing what you need to do, right? And then look, bottom of the deck. We both know I am not the one for you. Come on now. Pretty clear, right? Pretty evident. I knew exactly what I was doing. So they knew what they were doing when they were pushing you away. But you came closer than anyone. So it's like they knew your value. They just didn't show it. They didn't really give a fuck, and now look at them. They're all screwed up. So I'm gonna pull from this last deck. This is the Angel Answers deck, and that would be the end of the reading. I hope that you guys resonated with this message. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it's giving you a little bit of hope on what might be coming towards you, or if you already have a connection right now, it should be letting you know that this is looking really good. But just don't let that past person try to come in as a blockage, because that's what people tend to do when they're miserable. And yeah, misery loves company. And you guys are moving on up in that area of your life. You're like, absolutely fucking not. You know, you're getting your money right, focusing on your career, your overall sense of self-betterment. And this is something that you don't want, right? So we do have weight here. So some of you guys, they're trying to, your spirit guides are saying, you know, there's no rush, right? We talked about that a moment ago. No need to rush the process. When the time is right, you will know it, you will feel it. So just go with the flow. Be like water, as Bruce Lee said. Be like water. Flow. You'll know when the time is right. Yeah, because rushing the process or going to back to the wrong things are unlikely to go where you're trying to head, right? Yeah, so listen to your intuition. I did pick up on highly intuitive individuals earlier, so pay attention to that. You know, your intuitive messages that you're getting, or your gut feelings about something. there's a reason why you're getting those feelings. Yeah, reconsider, you know, those who might try to come back around, who are not meant to be there. Why? Because there are big happy changes coming through. You don't want them to be. You don't want those choices to be the thing that blocks you from where you're headed. Let's get maybe two more from him. It landed right on top of those other cards I was just talking about. So let's see, and it's in a challenging position. No need to worry. Yeah. So if you've been thinking about it a lot, and I talked about overthinking earlier, they're like, don't worry about it. You know, just be wise, right? Take the lessons that you've learned and apply them in a healthy way and go from there. Yep. Helpful people on the bottom of the deck. So there might be like, good friends of yours or people within your community that might be able to kind of give you a little bit of guidance at this time. Watching tarot, hiring your girl for a tarot reading. No, I'm just joking. Actually, I'm not joking. I am available for readings. But yeah, like on a serious note though, like there could be people like within your circle that might help you as you work on the sense of healing that you're going through and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind too. Let's get one more from here. Abundance. I like that. Abundance. So I remember I was talking about getting that money right, and there's just like a overpouring of other blessings coming towards you too, if you believe. If you believe, the stars are lining up. Like actually on the picture, it would be hard to see it with the lighting, but it's like a constellation in her hand, and all of them are connected. All the stars are connected. I just heard I don't know if any of you guys are Coldplay fans, but I just heard, look at the stars, look how they shine for you, and everything that you do. Song's called Yellow, and we have on the top of the deck, You're Ready. And then actually in the background right now, John Legend, Get Lifted is playing in the background. So you get lifted. My shit. I haven't heard the song in a minute. But yeah, there's something better on the horizon. There's something better. So all that overthinking and all of that stuff, no need for that. Everything is gonna get better. So like for those of you who already have that special person in your life and you're just watching for fun or just for reassurance that you're with the right person, I'm happy for you. For those of you who have this coming towards you, I'm happy for you as well. And just keep on moving on, keep on trucking, keep on pushing, keep working on yourself. That self-love is very important right now too. Focusing on what makes you greater and better at this time. And that's when you are able to welcome in the things that are going to start coming towards you. So with all that said, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here and checking out this reading. Thank you for the continued support. And for those of you who are new, if you haven't done so already, definitely hit that like button and that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell too so you know when I'm on. Because, yeah, I mean, why not? Especially when I start doing the free readings and stuff again. I'm going to start working on that. Maybe make a schedule or something for myself so I can, ADHD brain, I have to have schedules and stuff like that. Otherwise, I can't focus. Anywho, so I love you guys, and until next time, have a great evening, and yeah, take care of yourselves, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.